All right, so let's remember the definition of confidence interval. Remember I used the p hat plus or minus z star times the square root of p hat q hat over n. But I also use these words, that is the estimate plus or minus margin of error. Okay, hear my stomach? I apologize. All right, so let's go in here. They tell us that p hat is 0.52, so estimate is 0.52. And they tell me that the margin of error is 3%, so that's 0.03. So if I subtract 3, what do I get? I get 49, and 0.49. If I add 3, I get 0.55. All right, so that's my interval. Notice they didn't give me a confidence level, did they? All right? They just told me what the margin of error is, so I can still find an interval. Okay, so they ask us, why is this inconclusive? All right, so because remember that this interval contains the truth. Okay, what number is in here? Do you notice that 50% is in here? So if 50% is in here, then that means that there is no winner, right, for 50%. All right, because candidate A, Hillary Clinton, got 50%. Candidate B, Barry Sanders, got 50%. There is no winner. So even though they claim 52, since 50 is in the interval, they can say it's inconclusive. They can say that it's inconclusive. All right, so let's go to part B. Now they want to know what level of confidence are we talking about. So we know that margin of error is equal to my critical value times the square root of p hat q hat divided by m. So I'm going to put this on here. 0.03 is equal to my z star times 0.52 times 0.48, that's a 0.48, divided by 1505. All right, so I know that my z star is equal to 0.03 divided by 0.52 times 0.48. I'm sorry, my decimals are not showing up. Divided by 1505, and I take the square root. Okay, so I'm going to go put this into my calculator. I'll be right back. All right, we need to talk about rounding here. If you round as you go, there's a possibility that the margin of error that the graders allow for a right answer might not include the answer that you got because you round as you go. You have to round at the very end. Store the answer into the ANS, the ANS part of your calculator, and use that. Do not truncate that. Do not round up or round down. Use that whole answer. All right, so notice what I got here. I got 2.32. All right, so what I want you to do is that I want you to go to your normal distribution chart, and I'm looking up at my table, and I'm going to look up 2.32. All right, so 2.32 is 9898. So I get 98.98%. All right, so that's going to be roughly what? 99%. Okay, now that was one of the problems on that worksheet that I gave you to do in class. The very last problem had to do with that. I suggest you know how to do that.